Hey everyone, now we're moving on to question number 10 in the homework. So for this question, it's asking us, basically we have this shape which is a ring, right? It basically like we have a disk of charge, but then we removed a disk of charge from the center. It's asking for us to find the electric field at point P. So the first question is asking us for just the equation for the electric field. Now, since we covered it in class and it's in the textbook, I'm not gonna go over what's the equation for the electric field of a disk. Although if you need extra help, please feel free to contact me. But this is the equation that I just copied directly from the book. Um, so x in this case represents h, right? X is how far away it is from the disk. So the point here in this question is the concept of vector addition. If you recall, like if we're just pretend that there's no circle in the middle, if we're just adding up every single point, so every single point in this disk, um, right? Like every single point in this space right here is also going to add to point P. But if we just suddenly remove it, it's like we're subtracting all these points, all these electric field additions that this disk adds, right? So basically, essentially what we're doing is we have the electric field of disk. So I'm going to call this disk 2, the one with radius 2. So disk 2 minus the electric field of disk 1. Assuming disk 2 in this case will be the entire disk, including this area in the middle, right? So, and if we know that this is the electric field equation, then let's just plug that in. So this is going to be 2 pi k rho times 1 minus 1 over square root of r squared divided by, so this is r2 squared actually, r2 squared divided by h squared plus 1, okay, and then minus 2 pi k rho times 1 minus 1 over square root of r1 squared divided by h squared plus 1. So notice that if I factor this out, then I see that these guys cancel. Here, let me just write it out. 2 pi k rho minus 2 pi k rho. Actually, instead of doing that, I'll do something easier. I can see that there's 2 pi k rho in both of these terms. So I'm just going to factor that out. So this is 1 minus 1 over square root of r2 squared over h squared plus 1. Minus this entire term in parentheses, 1 minus 1 over square root of r1 squared over h squared plus 1. And notice that if I can bring out this guy, so I'm going to distribute the negative sign. So this is what I get if I distribute the negative sign within the parentheses. You can see that the 1's cancel out, and that we're left with this guy is the positive 1 over square root of r1 squared over h squared plus 1 minus 1 over square root of r2 squared over h squared plus 1. And this thing is still multiplied by that. And that gives us this as your final answer.